Hello there. Well, this is weird. Today on things I never thought I'd be doing. We got a podcast now. Gas holes. That's what we called it. Say what's up, Travis.
What's up, Travis?
All right. So, well, that's about as far as I thought into this. So, yeah, we thought it'd be probably a good time. I mean, we talked about it for a while, and yeah, I guess it's a good time now with the Rona hopefully going away. And NASCAR kind of coming back. A lot of stuff to talk about, and good time to start bullshitting. So,
Well, and first of all, remember we had to talk about we did a Google search. We could not find anything related or a podcast or really anything called the Gas Holes. So I guess we get it. If like, isn't there a rule about if you can't find it, you can steal it legally?
yeah, it's fair. Yeah, hopefully we don't get sued. But like if there was somebody prominent enough to be like, to have the same name, we would have found them. We did.
Yeah, they weren't doing a good job. If we're stealing your name, you deserve to have it stole because you're not doing a good job. Because this will easily be found on Google, I would think. I hope.
Great name though. Out of all the stupid, all right, can we take a second to talk about all the stupid podcast names out there? Like, that was one of the main reasons I never really wanted to start one, is because everyone and their mother has one. But like, the idea it kind of grew on me after a while. But like, holy shit, like every single thing that has to do with racing. I mean, I can't think of any specifics, but
I can't either. But basically, any term you can think of. I mean, the exhaust, the fucking tailpipe,
lug
the
nuts,
lug
windshield,
nut,
the high line, the fence, the safer
bump drafting, side drafting, arrow loose, arrow tight, anything you can think of. There is a name for it in the podcast world. So we didn't want to do that, and sure enough, we found a part of the car that wasn't taken, and.
That's
well,
right.
we hope wasn't taken, and we're the Gas Holes.
Yeah. So hopefully people actually listen to this. So you guys listening at home, you could be Gas Holes too. That's gonna be our name for our folks, I guess. It's got a nice ring to it, and it sounds like assholes. So
we should get ass tattoos. Matching ass tattoos.
Oh, yeah. I'm
just
gonna
on our ass cheeks.
I feel like that's probably gotta be one of the worst spots you could get tattooed. Well,
yeah, but a lot of people do. It's like like you can drink each other's blood. You can go kill somebody together, or you can get a tattoo on your ass together. And I feel like that's the best way to go about it. We could go together and get ass tattoos.
Yeah, that must be really awkward. Like tattooing somebody's ass. You ever think about that?
Didn't Austin Dillon get his ass tatted?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard something about that. When he won the 500?
Yeah, apparently him and a bunch of his crew guys got their asses tatted. But, like, I don't think it would hurt that bad. I mean, it would be awkward. Well, it probably would hurt that bad. I've never gotten a shot in my ass, so I don't know. And I've never really sat on satin? Is that a word? Sat on a tat or anything like that. So I don't really know, but I'd imagine it hurt okay, a lot, somewhat.
Yeah, I always think, like, your ass is pretty cushioned with, some people are, but like at the same time, I feel like it'd be pretty sensitive and it'd sting like a son of a bitch, but maybe we'll find out one day. But okay, well, we kind of have a list of things to talk about, but yeah, it's nothing. Oh boy, y'all should see this list I put down like 5 minutes ago. By the way, it's what is it? It is Saturday morning, 2:08 in the morning. So how you doing? We kind of want to make this like a Sunday morning podcast. So like I'm thinking like Sunday 10 a.m. Is that, you think it's a good time? I think it's a good time. Kind of like
for me.
Kind of like right before like NASCAR is gonna hit. You can listen to it, get yourself hyped for some NASCAR. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Gives you something to listen to on the way to church, and
or out of church. Get you some
out
Jesus.
Of church. Probably be good to listen to the podcast and repent for all the filth you just listened to, and then and then you can watch some NASCAR.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we do have some NASCAR. It's been a minute. When was the last race? What was it? Fontana, I think, was the last one.
No, wasn't it Phoenix?
Was Phoenix the
what
last
the hell
one?
does it matter?
Yeah,
I
it was-
don't know. Probably.
The West Coast swing. We got through the West Coast swing. And that was it. They were going to Atlanta, and they got canned. You know what's weird? That shit happened so fast. Like I don't even remember. Like obviously I remember the 500 for what that was, and I don't remember. Like I watched all the races all the way through. I don't remember a single one. It's just like that was it, and I don't remember anything that happened. I remember Fontana a little bit. Bowman won. That was kind of cool. I don't remember Phoenix. I don't remember. Was there another race in there? Probably.
There was Vegas.
Vegas.
See, the problem was I watched Daytona, obviously, and man, let's talk about that for a second. So I'm a big NASCAR can't do anything right person. Like I say that a lot, but like even when they try to do the right thing, something fucks it up. Because you can look at the start of this season. Like, can you think of a season in the last 10 years that had the hype this one had? I can't. I mean, this was fucking pretty hyped. At least the Daytona 500 from the beginning. You got Trump coming to the 500. You got fucking Junior waving the flag. All that. It starts raining right after all that happens. Then they come back the next day and almost kill a man. Then we go fucking 3 weeks of racing in the West Coast and nothing major happens. And then a global pandemic happens and just stops everything in its tracks.
Yeah,
and then we go iRacing. Don't even get me started on everything that happened there. You got people getting pissed. You got Bubba losing sponsors. You got Larson doing what he did. Oh God.
Yeah, they NASCAR can't catch a break, man. Like the one thing I do remember, I don't really remember any specifics, but I remember, like the okay, so just so the people know, I kind of get it, but all right. Most importantly, we don't like the aero package. The aero package is stupid. It's stupid. But this year, again, not a fan of it. Wish it die. But this year, the races like Fontana, I remember they went to they reverted back to the 2018 package with the small blade, big motor in the short tracks. So Phoenix was good, I remember. Fontana I thought was good. Like everything, like the season started off pretty well, aside from like the whole Newman almost dying thing, and the shit show that was Daytona, which has become just an annual shit show. But yeah, and then the whole pandemic happened, and then everybody kind of forgot. So hopefully. We'll probably talk a little about it later, but I don't know if Darlington's the place to come back to it. But yeah, we'll get to that anyways. So yeah, we got some NASCAR. We got NASCAR back, and yeah, so we've got this schedule is quite a mess now. There's midweek races. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, chances are. There's probably a NASCAR race going on in the next couple of weeks, whatever night you're listening on. We've got Darlington to start off May 17th, which is Sunday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. on Fox. We got May 19th, which is Tuesday. It's just a random Xfinity race on Tuesday night, so that's fun. And then we get the day after that, Wednesday night, which I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited for a Cup race, night race, 7:30 p.m. At Darlington. So yeah, so they did the qualifying draw on TV, which was pretty fucking weird. They
God, it was like watching paint dry, for God's sake. They finally, like, I really think they walked around the NASCAR office and they were like, who's the most boring motherfucker in here? And they found that guy and let him. Not only could he not roll a ball out of a fucking bingo thing, I don't know what those are called. Do you know what that's called?
Yeah, I don't know if that has like a bingo
a ball scrambler.
Yeah, that's a good name. Yeah.
She gave me the old ball scrambler.
Ooh, baby.
Oh man, it sounds like an old wrestling move, actually. Oh, look out.
Yeah, we haven't seen the ball scrambler since old
the over the back ball scrambler. Oh man. Okay, but no, he couldn't use the fucking ball scrambler, so it'd take him at least 3 go rounds. He was cranking the thing like an old TV and balls weren't coming out. And the last one was brutal because it's like, why did they even have to draw the last one? You have one driver left, one spot left. It was just terrible. It goes back to NASCAR can't do anything right. They should have had a woman with big ass titties in a very skimpy outfit. Huh?
I said, who know? Sorry,
okay.
the donut sound from you remember
yeah.
the old what the hell's that movie called?
I don't know, but
Tropic Thunder, big ass titties.
Yeah.
Who know?
Either way,
Good
they should
movie,
have a beautiful woman, tight clothing, with her dumplings boiling over right there, just scrambling some balls right there. You know, that I had people on the edge of their seat, probably not even in their seat. They'd have been right there glued to the set. But what do we get? We get some early 50s, late 40s, fucking boring ass dude who can't even scramble balls.
All right. Benefit of the doubt. That's not what I meant. Benefit, is that the right word to use? Yeah. I had a brain fart there. Okay, given the benefit, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, podcast. Yes, there's another reason. Like, I'm not very good at talking. Sometimes words come out of my mouth that I forget what they mean sometimes. So, yeah, might be rough. But anyways, benefit of the doubt. So they were in like 2 different rooms because the whole distancing thing.
Oh,
so,
yeah, they have to pretend that they're social distancing.
Yeah, well, so it was like on a delay. I guess they were in 2 different buildings, I would assume. And they had this guy. He was I don't know what his title was, but it sounded official. So I guess they brought him in to be like, all right, we ain't fixing this, so we're not messing with it. But yeah, it was I don't know, it was very awkward to watch, but it was I like the idea. I know a lot of boomers were complaining on Twitter like another gimmick, but I think it was a good idea.
Great idea, but horrible execution. Terrible execution.
Okay, well, okay, all it was a ball scrambling. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah. Yeah, so anyways, they drew for they split them up into like 3 different brackets of owner points. So they did 36 to something or other, 13th to 24th. I probably should have figured this one out before I said it. And they did 1st to 13th, so I got most of it right. So they drew the scrubs out first, which shout out to Quinn Hauf, Starcom, starting P27. Probably way better than where they would have been starting if they actually qualified. So we'll stick with that. Hopefully he doesn't die first corner. But yeah, I don't know if you got the grid up, but Brad Keselowski won the pole, which who cares? Cool.
Oh, I got it right here.
Oh, cool. Alex Bowman starting P2. It's cool. Dibby, he was in there. He had a shot at pole. He started 3rd. And the rest,
Yeah, I was upset. I was hoping Kenseth would get the pole, so his first lap in several years would be in a new package at Darlington. That would have been pretty cool. But back to Quinn, you kicked his ass the other night, and I guess I kind of did. But one thing about Quinn, I had this thought earlier, and I meant to tell you off air, but I guess I'll tell you on the air because, we're on the air. So the fixed setup, and I'm sure a couple of your listeners or our listeners were in the race. That fixed setup we raced, they had something weird with the steering offset. Remember where you were like going straight in the corners and turning the wheel upside down on the straightaways? Well, Quinn saved his tires better than anyone in that race. Like, even though he was laps down, he would pass me at times because he had saved his tires. And it finally dawned on me. I bet Quinn was holding the wheel straight in the corners. And it wasn't burning tires. So, see, maybe they're onto something.
Maybe. But he was still slow, though. Because I changed the steering ratio that way. I could actually, run the wall in 3 and 4, and I picked up quite a bit. But, he's... okay, so here's the thing. So we were
rained on my parade there. I thought I was onto something.
Well, okay, maybe. On the long run, maybe. But at least I guess it's just preference. Like, if you ran it a lot, you could probably get used to it and run pretty good with it. But I didn't do enough of that. But yeah, so Quinn, he is poor buddy. He has never even been to Darlington. In his words, he said he'd never driven by the place. So he did some stuff for Spire last year. Quinn's an interesting story because he comes from Virginia, and I don't have the official number, but he's only got 50 starts in anything. He did some late model stuff. I don't really think he didn't do any trucks. I think he did a little bit of Xfinity. basically he's just done a little bit of steps here and there, and now he's in this full-time Cup ride. So nobody really knows exactly what he's got, and obviously Starcom is a new team and they're working on stuff. But yeah, so he's in for quite the time. That's why as a Starcom sim racing, they put on the a little practice race for him and Brennan Poole. Brennan's never been there in a Cup ride either. He's been there in Xfinity stuff, but. Yeah, so for guys like him, y'all tune in this Sunday because watch the back mark. Watch everybody, but watch the back of the field too. The thing, I was in there practicing, and I was talking to both of them, and Brennan Poole, he said that he was hoping, and this was before they announced a lot of the stuff, so he was hoping for like a lap 10 competition caution because, green track, nobody's going to have, especially like the back markers, Starcom, who doesn't even really have a notebook. I'll tell you about that here in a second. But he was hoping for a competition caution on lap 10. Again, green track, tires are just going to shred off the start. And then they went ahead and announced that, it's lap 30. I almost guarantee you that we'll probably have somebody mow the wall down and wreck before we get to that lap 30 mark. But we'll see. The thing with Starcom, though, is listening to the radio a lot, and I hate to say it, but even in practice, like most of their just testing and stuff in practice is getting the car close to the ground without scraping, having it too high or having it too low. And I hate to say it, but they've started the race and have got to a point like in their first couple of pit stops where they were still taking spring rubbers out to get the, either put them in or put them out, taking them out to get the car off the ground or closer to the ground. So, if they've, however many practice sessions they took and couldn't get, got all the way in the race without getting it right. They might not finish the Sunday race. So,
do they not have one of those? Oh God, I forget what they're called. You put the car on it, and there's like a simulation of the track, and it bounces the car like a son of a bitch, so they can figure out spring rakes and stuff. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess they probably don't have one of those.
Okay.
But hey, you never know. But that's my 2 cents. So the good thing is now this probably helps. I would say. Probably the mid-team fields the most, like the front row guys, like who aren't really slow. They're not really fast, but they're like they've put together pretty good runs, with guys like David Reagan. Who the hell do they got now? Like Michael McDowell. They got they got John Hunter Nemechek. Okay, so I take that back. Let me pick another mid-pack team here.
Well, they had potential when it was honestly even Matt Tiff didn't do that bad when he got the Cup. For his equipment, you know what I mean? John Hunter ain't that bad.
No, John Hunter. Okay, here's the thing about John Hunter. He's very fast, but he's a fucking idiot. He's
Even Junior said it during the iRacing races or whatever. He had to correct himself. He's like, John Hunter, he's one of those guys. I forget how he worded it, but basically he was calling him a fucking idiot without calling him a fucking idiot, and he was like, on iRace. He made sure to cover it on iRace.
No, it's funny because if you pay attention enough to the drivers, John Hunter definitely has a reputation with a lot of the drivers, and you and I firsthand saw him race like a dickhead at Martinsville almost every single year. It seemed like in the Truck Series event, he was like one of those guys that just he would come up. He would basically be running like the Indy 500. He'd come off the corner and run the bottom of the track so you couldn't pass him, and he'd get knocked around. He's just one of those guys. He's aggressive and I respect it, and he's fast sometimes, but he also steps on the dick every once in a while. So, but yeah, so maybe a team like Bubba got a pretty good draw. He's starting 17th. That might, some of those mid-pack teams, I think could benefit from this pretty well. Because again, everybody's in the same situation. But yeah, I just they might. That's the thing. They're either gonna hit it right or they're gonna hit it wrong, and you're gonna see.
Wonderful insight, Coach.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, but okay. Here's the point: the teams that hit it right, especially I think Bubba's fast enough, and he can wheel it. So I think he could really benefit from a situation like this. But
they've been running good too. Well, they were running good the whole start of the season. They were.
Yeah, so they might hit it right, but like teams that hit it wrong, like I'm afraid StarCom might do. You're gonna know they hit it wrong because they're gonna hit the damn wall. They're gonna hit it a couple of times. But yeah, so that's I mean the starting lineup, like nothing really crazy, I guess. Like we didn't get any like Corey LaJoy. He started P19, which is a nice little start for him. We'll see where he goes. Guys like Eric Jones started 20th. That's pretty rough for the defending winner, I think, right? Good luck with that, champ. But Garrett Smithley P26, not bad.
I lost the lineup.
Oh, you know
yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I also forgot BJ McLeod entering his own team in the Cup Series.
Yeah, how the fuck does that happen?
I don't know, but the 78 is coming back, ladies and gentlemen.
So, I want to know. So BJ seems like a cool guy. Like honestly, there's one guy I'd like to kick it with. It'd probably be BJ. Assuming he wasn't angry at me. Where did he get his money?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's obviously got a good bit of it to field the cars he does. I mean, they're not fast, but they're, takes money.
To be honest, I really don't know much about him and his team, but yeah, he's been working on the Xfinity Series teams for a long time, and he's been rolling like 2-3 deep. He's almost kind of like the Rick Ware Racing of the Xfinity Series. Honestly, one of my favorite Xfinity cars from Richmond one year. They basically run the same numbers, like 78 or 8. In this case, it was just the 8, but they peeled the 7 off, so the 8 was very far back on the car everywhere, which was fun. I got a picture of it somewhere. I have to send it to you. But yeah, it's good to see him though in the Cup Series.
Oh yeah, he dresses different too than your average. Like first time I saw him, he had that stupid haircut. Where he, remember where he shaved like half his head and flipped the other half over or whatever? Oh, God, it was terrible. But I think David knew him. Remember, David worked in the Truck Series for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I remember David telling me he knew BJ, and I mean, he had good things to say about him. I think. But maybe I'll get more information on BJ from David.
Yeah, we saw him in Martinsville when we were sitting there talking to Lana there for a minute. Good guy. I was sat behind him at Richmond in line buying food in the infield. He had a skull necklace thing going on. He's big on the skulls. Never really understood that one myself, but he seems like a cool guy. Except if you pissed him off, he'd probably beat your ass like really bad.
Oh yeah, he's a big old boy.
Yeah, he's a stout man. But that's really about it. I don't know if you see. I mean, it's just a starting lineup. It's not really.
Did you hear about that guy who got killed by a bus tonight?
Or
at a racetrack?
Racetrack.
They were bus racing. And
oh shit.
Apparently a guy, he flipped, got hit in the roof or something, and it injured him. And then when they were I'm not laughing. When they were flipping the bus over, they didn't do it right and dropped the bus on a track worker and killed him.
Oh no.
So I'd imagine somebody's getting fired.
Oh no.
Details are kind of scarce right now, as you could imagine. But yeah, so the guy survived the wreck, but then, like I said, they dropped the bus on a poor bastard and killed him.
All right, well, what's next on this list? What the hell?
Well, I mean, I just thought it's racing related.
Well, yeah, but like, not the fact that you brought it up, but like, what the hell? I happened to be scrolling through Facebook and I saw it. But Who's bus racing during the damn quarantine?
I don't know. Apparently there were fans there too, because everybody saw it.
Huh.
I don't know. See, that stuff always like that's just such shitty luck. Like the post-accident deaths. Like remember when that plane crashed? The something long plane. Remember that one?
Not exactly.
the something long, we too low,
Yeah, well,
bang ting out.
I know what he's talking about, but I don't remember the
So,
situation.
first of all, I want to know how that one made it on the airwaves because that that had to have been an inside
Speaking
job.
of people getting fired, there was somebody.
Yeah, somebody had to have got fired because you'd have to be a complete dumbass to read that and think it made sense. But anyway, plane comes into land, it crashes. It was from Korea or something. A chick gets out of the plane and lays down or something. I believe she was injured, but she was alive, not really in bad shape. And the fire truck ran her over when they were coming to put out the fire. And the fire truck killed her. And it's stuff like that, man. It's just such... And it's like the Twilight Zone is what it is. It's just terrible. Terrible.
That reminded me of something. And as soon as it like came into my head, it disappeared. So maybe it'll come back to me later. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah. So next on the list, yeah, these are weird times.
Yeah,
these are very weird times.
Yeah.
Man, I was really hoping you'd pick that one up. I've been kind of carrying it so far.
Well, okay. I mean, I could talk all night. So yes, weird times indeed. Because are they temperature checking everybody that's coming on the track? I know they're not like actually testing them, but they're doing temperature checks.
Yeah, I guess that's like I don't know. I mean,
so what happens if somebody triggers the alarm or whatever it's going to be? Like, what do they just shut the whole weekend down? Do they send that one guy home? Like, if it's a driver, like we were talking about earlier, that guy's gone for 2 weeks because that's what you have to do. You have to quarantine for 2 weeks, 14 days. Yeah, 2 weeks. But then on top of that, how's the team work? How much contact have they had with the team? You know what I mean? Like, do they just shut NASCAR down again?
Man, they can't. They can't. Like, all this effort to get it back going, there's no way they let it just shut it back down, you know?
I mean, but think about the shitstorm in the media. Because, like, this virus, it's not even a virus anymore. It's all political. You know what I mean? So, like, NASCAR being the good old boy sport, they come back, somebody has it, somebody gets sick, and then, then what happened? Do they just keep going with it and be like, fuck it, we don't care? Or do they, I mean, what do they do?
Yeah, it's a good point because, yeah, especially like the team, like if your driver gets it, then your team, your whole team's kind of screwed because I guess they would probably want you to self quarantine. I get that. Then again, I mean, I guess a lot of people are staying at home, but like if it's a bigger team, they're leaving a lot of like if it happens with a smaller team, you're fucked. I guess you're just fucked if they don't shut everything down. But like some of the bigger teams, I guess you could probably bring some people off the bench, and at least team wise, and then bring a reserve driver or something while buddy's self quarantining. But no, it's weird, dude. This whole thing, like I was telling Travis off the air, this is remember this, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to be arguably one of the weirdest times in NASCAR history. So this will be a time to tell your grandkids one day.
Does the winner do a burnout? You think he does a burnout with no fanfare?
I read that somewhere. Yeah, they can do a burnout. The plan is they're gonna do a burnout if he wants to do a burnout, but they're gonna do the front stretch interview like they usually do with a boom mic.
You're fucking kidding me.
To stay away from
the front stretch interview is fucking stupid when there are people there and we're not in a crisis. But to do it now, like I don't mind the front stretch interview if they just did away with Victory Lane. But, like, it's so stupid. Not did away with it. Like, obviously go do the pictures and all that. But I hate interview on the front stretch, drive to Victory Lane, gets out, gets back down, and then they interview the motherfucker again. Yeah. Why do they do it?
Well, here's the thing. It's as like a YouTube person and, trying to be creative and do my own things. That whole idea, the start finish line interview thing, that's like every once in a while I'll get a good idea and I'll try to, go through with it. But like something kind of gets in the way and it's like, it's just not worth it. So you just don't do it. But it was a good idea. It just didn't work out. I feel like that's exactly what happened with this, but they actually went through with it. who cares? You know, we're gonna do 2 interviews and it's gonna make no fucking sense. It's a good idea because you're gonna have the crowd and the energy and the hoopla and nobody gives a shit.
Like,
it's
all
stupid.
all it's ever done is like cause us to miss significant portions of fights. Like, that's all it's ever done. Because when they first started doing it, it was like, okay, because it was, remember NBC's whole like the fans campaign. Remember, like, they always force a mention of the fans and then they get
what do you want to say to the fans? Shut up! Nobody gives a shit.
Is so fucking cringe. People shit on Fox, and I get it. But my God, if you're, it's oh God, I can't handle it. I hate NBC. I really do. It makes me want to just turn the sound off and listen to MRN. I cannot stand it because it sounds so scripted. It's terrible.
No, I understand it. I'm not one of those, like, not saying that you are, but I know some people are like I complain about it every single week, and I agree with you. They're very cringe, but
God damn, they're cringe. It chaps my fucking ass because, like, you have a lot, like, there's valuable insight in that booth. You got Dale Jr., you got Jeff Burton, you got Steve Letarte. And if you just kind of turned them loose and let them be themselves, you could have something better than what Fox was when it was DW, Joy, and Larry Mack.
Yeah.
Like, remember just the raw emotion?
Man,
just let it be the guys watching a race. But this whole forced, like, oh, the fans, there's 2 of us over here and 1 of us down here, and let's go to the Peacock pit box and all that. It's so fucking cringe, dude. God
yeah,
damn.
no, man, like thinking about like NASCAR like 10 years ago. I don't know why it just seemed like it was so damn easy. Like now, like, you know, NASCAR's really trying to get back on track, and they have been the last couple of years. But it's just like it's not the same. You know what I mean? No matter how hard they try, maybe that's the problem. They just try too damn hard. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know how hard it possibly could be. I just can't think of many people that are like, yeah, I mean, quality broadcasts every week. It's always something stupid. If it's not cringy, it's somebody like, I understand when people stumble over the words, because that's about all we're gonna do for however many podcasts we do. But yeah, just some of this stupid shit. Like, again, we haven't had NASCAR in a long time, but like, I think back to the Rick Allen, the anything added to 0 is still 0, Steve quote.
God damn.
I love Rick Allen because he's a meme, but
Christ,
golly,
my heart can't handle it.
That whole NBC booth, man. Rick Allen's a goofball. I love him, but Dale Jr. He's like, I really enjoy how enthusiastic he is about the sport, and he is exactly what they need. He's a little hard to listen to sometimes, I will say that. Steve Letarte, he's not a very good talker himself, but he's very smart, and I appreciate that because he actually knows what he's talking about, especially when it comes to strategies. And then there's Jeff Burton.
I think Jeff Burton, believe it or not, I think he's the best one out of the group.
You think?
I really do. Yeah, because my only bitch with Jeff Burton is and it's probably not his fault, it's probably some asshole producer, but like it's Jeff Burton. Jeff Burton was one of the least aggressive racers I think that's ever been in NASCAR. Not saying that's a bad thing. Like, I'd put him with like a Mark Martin. Driving style, obviously. I mean, Mark Martin's way above Jeff Burton, but the whole, like, if there's a lap car racing the leader, Jeff Burton always like, if I'm at lap car, that's what I'm doing, because you need every spot. You know what I mean? It's like, that's fucking Jeff Burton. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You know, he'd have blown by you 10 laps ago, Jeff. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that. I just gotta hate it. NBC chaps my ass. That's one of the few things I'm just like passionate about NASCAR that I will bitch about. It's just how shitty the NBC broadcast is. And I love NASCAR and NBC. They've been great to me sharing the Biffle video.
Oh yeah.
I think as like a social media group, their social media is great. And like even NASCAR America, great. I love all that. I just wish they would they would loosen up the booth a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what NASCAR needs in a whole. Just loosen the fuck up a little bit, man. Loosen up, man. Yeah, I was gonna say Jeff Burton. The only thing that bugs me about Jeff Burton, it's really hard to listen to him talk because he has a stroke almost every time he talks.
Yeah, I can't say anything there.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have a lot of room to talk either. But yeah, so you can't really be up. But the whole like, yeah, they just dude, NBC and Fox both. We gotta talk about the pre-race coverage. the just 3-hour marathon that is the pre-race, and how just like hard to watch it is.
I haven't watched it in years, so
Yeah.
ever since they got rid of the Home Depot set, it just wasn't worth watching.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why like that doesn't happen anymore. You know, sponsors this or that or whatever, but they got the whole peak. It's just not the same. Kyle Petty. Oh, jeez, I forgot Kyle Petty was an employee of NBC. For those of you who want a good read, search my tweets with Kyle Petty. We had a great exchange, and we uncovered how dumb he really is.
I don't know that he's dumb. I think he's just a corporate sellout. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he believed what he was saying. I think he just had to play that part for the paycheck.
But there is a
Didn't he
point.
knock a nun girl up? Doesn't he have another kid to pay for now?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into that, but that's a weird story in itself. Anyways, yeah, he here's the thing though. If you're gonna if NBC pays, you know, if NASCAR's paying you bills, cool. Don't say anything. But when you come out defending all that horse shit, we were talking about the package for some context. We were talking about how shit the package was in 2019. And I had a lot of evidence to prove that. I don't remember what race it was after, but it was a shitty race. It was Dover. That's what it was. It was Dover. And Jimmy Johnson even tweeted after the race. He was like, "Man, I remember when you used to be able to pass in these cars or whatever." And that's all the proof I needed. So I saw Kyle Petty tweeting something, and I tweeted back at him. I was like, "You stupid." That's basically what I said. "You stupid." And he was like, "No, you stupid. You complain." And basically I said, "No, you stupid. Here's why you stupid. And here's exactly why NASCAR's stupid." And he was like, "No, you stupid. You complain. I don't care what you said. None of these things mean anything to me. You stupid." And I was like, here's Jimmy Johnson's proving that you're stupid, that NASCAR's stupid, and you're stupid. Did I mention Kyle Petty was stupid? Because he was being real stupid. He was stupid. NASCAR was stupid. Jimmy Johnson proved he was stupid. And I brought that to him, and he was like, "It don't mean anything to me, you stupid." That was basically how it went. So that was the end of it for me. I was like, man, like, I understand it. Again, like, if NASCAR was paying my bills, I wouldn't knock them what's the damn ever. But you sure as shit, like, wouldn't catch me defending their shit.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. Anyways, I don't even remember what we were talking about before that, but
NBC and how bad they were, but that got me to thinking about stupid comments. Should we tell the folks about the stupid comments thing?
Yeah, it's not
fair warning.
Yeah, it's not gonna be really like a what we wanted to do is have like a section, just a section of the podcast where like we just kind of talk about our comments from the podcast, stupid good ones that end up in conversation where we talk about. But
we should open up like an email, like a mailbag. You know what I mean?
So that's a good idea. Yeah, that's another thing. So this is our first episode. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're really just kind of piecing this one together as we go. But I think that's part of the charm of Gas Holes. I gotta say, figuring it out as we go, making improvements. So this, most likely, will probably be our worst podcast ever. When you think about it,
it's been pretty good so far.
It has been good, but I mean, we can only go upwards. I think.
I mean, I could make it worse or something, you know.
I mean, yeah.
But we'd have to try. I guess it doesn't count if you try. But either way, a mailbag is a great idea, and I guess we'll get on that for next week.
Yeah, we'll work on that. We'll get back to you guys.
Yeah. Wait, I'm back in the Jack Bolt days. We had a mailbag. We used to get a question or two in there. Remember, Jack? That's a question. I don't know if we're doing a question of the week, but here's one of the questions of the week. Did you listen to Jack Bolt Radio back in the day? We'll find out who the OGs are, even though that's not really that OG. It's only, 2 years old, but still.
Man. 2 years
OG.
already?
Maybe 3. No, it was 2. It was 2.
Man, if it was 3, we got a problem.
No, it was 2, and then about a year and a half from a Jack Bolt Christmas. Jack Bolt Christmas was an all-time classic. That was good.
That was a great name for. Oh man, voice cracked a little bit there. Oh, no, that's tough, man. It started. That's exactly what I was talking about at stream. The only time I ever voice crack these days is when it starts getting late and I start getting to talking for a long time. Like by the time if I ever stream ATS for a couple hours late night, by the end of it, you're probably gonna get a voice crack or two out of me. Let me get a sip of water and you can continue to talk.
Well, I'll talk about it. Yes, Jack Bolt Radio was a great name. Scott Warren actually came up with the name and the theme song. The theme song was good too. But yeah, it's a shame that died because we were sitting on a gold mine with that. It's a shame Rodcar had to die during that. And then Rodcar came back. But now Rodcar's back already, but it's not Rodcar. I don't think I'm supposed to say that, but
keep on talking. I'm gonna go. I'm out of water, so I'm gonna go grab another bottle of water.
Well, go grab a water. So apparently, folks, it's because my as Marty Reed once said, my compatriot here is going to get water. Apparently Rodcar has come back, but just with the assholes like Josh Williams and all them. It's called the Fuck Stick Cup, and I'm not joking. That's what it's called, and nobody can apply. But there's like 20 people in it already. It's fucking crazy. That's all right. Ascar's better anyway. Ascar, you can catch it moonvision.live Friday nights at 10. Well, 9 now, starting 9. Never mind. 9 next Friday. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. We had a beautiful on-track product tonight, and it's only going to get better.
For the first, 55 laps.
Yeah. It got a little rough there at the overtimes, but, hey.
We lost some stonks there at the end, but...
It's like a marriage, the first 55 years are great, and then the last however many you're just waiting to die.
Yep, and then eventually do.
Yeah, and we did.
Yeah, we certainly did. So where does that bring us now? I guess
did we actually ever elaborate on the comment thing?
Did we? Well, not really. We kind of just wanted to talk about we would probably just make a short segment to talk about the comments, like the YouTube comments. Yeah. Because Lord knows if we talk about NASCAR for long enough, we're gonna get some stupidity in our comments. So we'll probably talk about that if we get some good comments. Talk about
or
those.
the YouTube friends comment, because this is a big deal, folks. Kick your feet up. So Cozy, you probably have you have more credibility here, so we'll let you open this up and talk about this. But basically, so I've been getting these comments from this guy. I don't upload very often, and I think they are a little more common on smaller channels. So that's why, I'm not one of those people who tries to sugarcoat it, like just saying nobody likes me by calling myself a small content creator. It's just, my shit's not popping off yet. But every video I can count on Tom or there was Tom, Tim, Evan, or what was the other one's name? They all just say, do you want to be YouTube friends? And I knew it was a bot, but I didn't know it was this.
Oh, was that supposed to pick that one up?
Yeah.
Damn, all right, man.
That's why I ended so abruptly. Yeah, that's a radio tactic.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Anyways, you set me up very good there. Okay, so here's the thing. So I've been getting them too. So don't click on them.
I've replied to him once, which is one of the ways to get your shit taken over. So I'm just sitting here looking.
Christ.
Oh God, we're fucked.
I actually I deleted mine. Because I watched this video on it, and apparently if you subscribe to their channel, they can take it over. I didn't know if you replied, that would still be a possibility. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed. I'm not 100% sure if any of this is totally confirmed, as like methods and stuff like that go. But so I had one where it was a NASCAR Heat video, and it was would you like to be friends 4 times from the same bot, and all 4 of them, me being stupid, I said no. So today I went back and deleted all those replies, and I didn't get all of them because I feel like I replied to them before. But so the account that it was, I'm not sure if it exists anymore or not. It was I don't remember what it was before, but now when I went back today, just a couple of hours ago, it was just a generic the little person YouTube thing. Like if you don't have a profile picture, that's what it is. And then the name was just like a period or something. It didn't really have a name. So I don't know if it got banned, deleted. I'm not clicking it to find out. So basically, there's these the bots. There's guys putting out bots, and it's spamming so many videos. And it basically, if you interact with it, it can take over your accounts, your YouTube accounts. So,
and apparently it can go through Discord to get your phone number and spoof it to get into 2-factor authentication. God, that's a hard word. Which is really scary, because then if they have that information, they can get into about anything.
You missed a syllable there, by the way. Authentication.
I always add the F, and everybody says it's wrong. Everybody says it's authentication. Authentication, right?
Oh no, you just confused me. Oh no.
See?
Oh,
Dude,
no.
every time I say authentication, it's authentication.
Two-factor
Authentication. No, it's authentication.
Authentication, I think.
Yeah, two-factor authentication.
You ever say something like 2 or 3 times in a row, and every time you say it, you kind of lose your thoughts on it every single time, like a little bit more?
100%. See, my stream tonight, I was going to look already. Prince Umar 20.09 writes, cool video, AZTQ. So I don't know what that means, but that's obviously a bot. But basically, we never really elaborated on what this guy's doing. Apparently, there's a theory, which is almost proven to be true, that some fucking dweeb somewhere has found a way to take over all these accounts, and he's made a bunch of bots. So when people sub to these bots, he can take over those accounts and sub to his channel, or at least watch his videos. Right? Is that what you gathered? That's what I gathered.
Yeah, for the most part.
And watch his videos and make his shit bigger than what it is. Because he had like the fastest growing YouTube channel on YouTube. And he kept teasing a video on how to trick the algorithm. So, I mean, obviously that video was doing good naturally. Oh, God, I just hit my mic trying to talk with my hands. Naturally.
This story makes me want to hit my mic. That's for sure.
Yeah, it really bit my brain over and fucked it, because I couldn't believe it's like it's 2020, man, and like I get technology is like really advanced, so obviously there's going to be new hackers, but something this complex like YouTube, like something this deep, this sounds like something somebody would have done years ago. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing with all the security measures nowadays. Somebody's able to do it, because like the phone thing doesn't really scare me, because like I'm sure everybody has their fucking phone spoofed. Like our local police department had it, where people were calling from the police department's number telling old people they had warrants if they didn't send them gift cards or something, they were going to be arrested. So they were conning a bunch of people out of the money, and people would have missed calls and they'd call the police department back, and that's how they figured it out. Which actually, there was this guy, I was reading about a bunch of hackers and stuff one night. There's this like blind kid back in the day who like started that whole wave or something, and he would like, if girls wouldn't date him, he'd call in hostage situations from their phone number and get them like swatted. Wow. And now he's in prison, but he was blind. Like I don't know how you hit the buttons on the phone to fucking do all that. Like
Braille, maybe you got one of those big like phones with the big buttons with the
still
little
to be that like complex. Like I mean, I'm not saying blind people are stupid, but it just feel like you'd have to be brilliant. You'd have to be brilliant to be blind and that savvy. Take this over before I ruin my career, please.
All right. Well, yeah, it's no real talk though. It's stuff like this is absolutely terrifying. For somebody who's been on YouTube now for 4 years and is finally starting to kind of gain some traction, you know, just like that's secretly the back of my mind every single day when I wake up, you know, hoping like somehow, some way, you know, my channel didn't get deleted or something. YouTube's been known for accidentally deleting channels somehow, like, you know, with stuff getting caught with accidental strikes and stuff like that, and channels have just been terminated for one way or another, between getting hacked or just YouTube being stupid. Something like this pops up, man, it's absolutely terrifying, because this is how I pay my bills. And you know, it's very well possible I could wake up one morning and it just literally not be there. 4 years done. So
well, see, that's the scary part with this too, because it looked like the channel was kind of targeting smaller channels. So like, even the guy who made the video on this exposing it only had like 30,000. So I say only, that's a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, you know, it's not like a billion subs. Had 30-something thousand subs, and his account got taken over after he made the video. So a larger YouTuber with a couple 100,000 reposted his video with him talking about it and all that. And that's what scares me, because like if it happened to me, I'd be fucked. Not from a financial standpoint, because I don't do this for a living, but like my channel would be gone. It'd take me forever to get back to where I'm at. If it happened to somebody like, you know, Logan Paul or Ninja or something, one tweet and they're back to 500,000 subs. It's no big deal to them.
Yeah.
But the people like us, God, oh my God, it makes you want to break people's knees. Like, really, just make an honest living. Like, or go rob a convenience store, for Christ's sake. Why are you bugging all of us on YouTube?
Oh,
God
man.
damn.
Yeah, you should definitely be like shot at least once in a kneecap. I think.
Yep.
Probably both, if we're being honest. But
I'd say old Yeller style, just right between the eyes. That'll show them.
Make them suffer a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's the thing though with hacker. I mean, if this guy lives in America, which he probably doesn't, if he's doing this, they don't go gently on the hackers. You know what I mean? Because they rarely catch them. They never catch the big hackers. So I mean, they'll throw the book at him. They did with the blind kid.
Yeah,
he's been in the slammer for a long time.
I just hope YouTube figures it out because they're not very good at figuring stuff out. But something at this size, I saw Keemstar. I retweeted his tweet, which was the first time for me. But he tweeted out a video of the video that you were talking about, the buddy with 30,000 subs. Yeah, so I would imagine YouTube is probably already on it. I hope. Who knows though? So I guess we'll keep y'all updated on that. So moral of the story, don't click on the bots. You might lose your channel or worse.
Yeah. Or worse. Oh God.
You never know. It's scary times. Oh shit. All right. Well, we should probably move on, I guess. What the hell else do we got to talk about, huh?
Some esports.
Oh, esports, my favorite.
Should we read the statement?
Oh yeah, you got that?
I'll get it up. You start.
Oh man. All right. Well, I always feel kind of bad talking negatively about NASCAR Heat video game.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't. They usually send me free stuff now, which is cool. Very nice.
I would if they did that for me.
Yeah.
I'll shut up if they send me free shit.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I always try to keep it 100, and that's what we're doing here today. All right, here's the thing. I've gotten a lot of questions like, why don't you go in the Pro League? Well, NASCAR Heat Pro League races. The if you watched the PS4 and Xbox races at New Hampshire, there's my answer right there. I'm surprised they even put New Hampshire on the schedule. To be 100% honest with you, that is probably one of the worst possible tracks they could have put. Okay, all right, we gotta backtrack quite a bit because okay, so the first year the Pro League was pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there hasn't been anything good that's really come out of the Pro League except for maybe the drivers. The drivers seem to be doing pretty cool. They getting free stuff. They getting big time money. Good for them. Glad for them. Hope they're enjoying their time. Oh, brother. So let's see. The Pro League started on Heat 3, and then they transitioned to Heat 4 with the Cup cars and whatever, and they're doing the whole quarter panel numbers to be different.
That'll show the kids.
Yep. So anyways, Heat 4 Pro League has started up in the last, week or two. Actually, I don't know how long it's been going on because, who really knows anyways. But, yeah, so, oh, brother. So they're using all three vehicles this year, and they also have a quarterly championship thing, and I have no idea how any of it works. Okay, here's the thing: the first year of the Pro League, nobody really knew how it worked, because it was okay. Man, this is just a mess. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't be. And this is why nobody watches the Pro League and nobody gives a shit about it.
Wow.
Because
that was a bomb right there. God damn.
It wasn't a bomb because everybody knew it. Yeah. But I'm being 100% this is why. Nobody gives a shit. Because the first year they did it, they had the Xbox side and the PS4 side. And they had all their teams, and everybody gets a PS4 driver and Xbox driver. And I guess they did their best, and they combined the points one way or another, and they have an elimination style. I'm not 100% sure how it went, but last year was a bit easier. Now this year, They decided they were just like, fuck it, we're gonna use all of our vehicles, trucks, Xfinity, and Cup, instead of sticking to one car. I'm sure all the Pro League guys are happy about that. And they're doing like this quarterly championship thing. So it's like, actually, I really don't know what it's like, to be 100% honest with you. But I was watching this race in New Hampshire, and I guess somebody had locked themselves in to win a quarterly championship. Anyways, buddy, good on him. He locked himself in for finishing like fourth or something. I don't know. The dude, the Ganassi dude, cool guy seems. Yeah. So I saw he got a chance to race for $30,000. So good on him. I don't know how or what it's about or who's racing with him. I think Justin Brooks, who we'll talk about here in a minute, he got into he locked himself into the championship. I don't know. I don't understand this whatsoever, and they don't really do a good job of explaining it at all on the broadcast. This New Hampshire race, man. Let me tell you about the race.
I watched part of it actually somehow.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
New Hampshire is one of the worst tracks, probably for NASCAR, and I'll tell you why. Not really the track itself, but how you race. It's, I mean, you can basically just doink off each other. That's all it is. Is that if you got a car on your outside, you could just full throttle it basically and bounce off of them, and that's basically what everybody was doing both of these races. You just drive it in there and bounce off them, and I mean, it was
terrible.
It was. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I saw a lot of people like, great race, and they were like 3-4 wide. I mean, it was something for like an arcade game. All right, like I always try to play both sides because most importantly, like most people try to shit on the game because they're like, well, iRacing's doing this, so they're obviously trying to be like iRacing, and they're failing miserably, and they're not really. They're just their own thing, and I respect it. But at the same time, man, oof, they got a lot of things to figure out. Anyways, there was just cars bouncing, doinking off each other the entire race. It was kind of stupid to watch. And then they did the PS4 race first, and then they went to Xbox, and I think the Xbox servers were having problems. Whatever they're racing on, I'm not 100% sure. I guess it was the Xbox servers. I don't know what else it would have been, but everybody was warping the entire race, like zigzagging back and forth and lagging into each other. Oh no!
But didn't Hannah Newhouse hold her mic upside down?
Hannah, okay. I guess they got sent. They got the Yeti mics going on. And I guess nobody told Hannah Newhouse that you don't talk right in the tip of it. But maybe still figure it out for the next one. And then you see Rusty, good on Rusty. It's great to see him on the broadcast because he's, he knows what he's talking about. And he's a good personality.
Only good thing about the broadcast. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Hannah's fun to look at.
Yeah, and then there's the other buddy. They got a new commentator in this year. I don't really know anything about him. I don't really know his name, to be honest. But all I know is that his mic audio is about 30 seconds. Well, not 30. It's probably about like a couple of seconds ahead of his video. So it's when they bring up when they're all talking on their webcams, it's a little goofy to look at. But it's Rona. You got to do the best with what you got. So. Keep trying there and work on that delay for next week. Anyways, I'll be honest. I don't know. I think Justin Brooks races on Xbox. I'm not really sure. We know him because we raced with him for quite a number of times on iRacing. He's a
real horse's ass is what he is. I mean, he was always one. He was the one who used to claim he was racing on 13 frames per second, right?
I honestly don't really remember.
I think Mark used to tell us that. Fuck. You know what we didn't do?
What didn't we do?
We'll do it next week. We're supposed to tell our history of knowing each other, but that's fine.
Oh, we can do it after this.
Well, yeah, I guess we could.
I mean, if you listen this long, I mean, you keep on listening.
Yeah, you're committed at this point.
Yeah, keep right on, brother.
So, what Justin did, do you want to explain? You could probably explain it better because I only saw the clip. I wasn't watching live when this happened.
Yeah, it was really weird because I'm not sure what he was upset about. And
all the drivers are in like a Zoom or a Discord like video thing, aren't they? Where they can pull video from each of them.
yeah, I think I'm not sure of all of them, but most of them have like a live video feed, so they can just kind of tap in, and they do like these head-to-head ones where they like have one driver on one screen, one on the other side. I guess a lot of you probably don't know that because you don't watch the broadcast because they only get like 200 views on Twitch. But
God damn,
yeah, it was
dude, tits is past them.
yeah. That's another thing, man. I remember reading something. Man, they like to talk themselves up a lot because they do the whole we get a lot of yeah we since we stream on Facebook, everybody sees our badly developed game that we put all our money into our esports and none for our actual game. We see that, we scroll past it on Facebook, but Facebook registers it as a view. So in turn, they've got thousands. I think I don't know if they got up in the millions. Did they say? I don't know what their numbers were, but they had a very, 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 very very overinflated number of views for the first season of the Pro League. And so they were like they're right on their high horse coming in to this next season of the Pro League. And anyways,
that horse's legs broke.
yeah, that horse is long gone. That so the New Hampshire race, they were under 200 viewers there on Twitch there at the end, at the end of the race. It was it is tough. I feel bad for like the moderators and stuff who like work in the chat because it is literally probably 70% of people come in to shit on the game and then they get banned. So that at some point, like nowadays, like if you want like the New Hampshire race, the chat goes like one message every like 45 seconds. It's kind of sad unless something stupid happens and everybody kind of wakes up. But where the hell was I? Anyways, Justin Brooks. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Do you think they bought? I would imagine if they were going to bot, their viewers would be a lot higher.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. So I still don't know what he was up. I don't know if he was unhappy with how he was being raced, or he was unhappy with the game, or whatever happened. But I wasn't really paying attention, believe it or not. I had it up there on the screen. And he was on the left hand of the bottom left corner of the screen, and I was like, did he just flip off the camera? And I tried clipping it, and I was on my phone I was trying to cast it to my TV because I was trying to charge my headphones, and so I had it on my phone, and for whatever reason, the damn Twitch app wouldn't let me cast it to the damn TV, so I was having to just watch it on my phone. So I was trying to clip it on there, and it wasn't happening. And then so I went back to rewatching the broadcast, and they pull him up again, and he flips off the camera like another 2 times. I'm like, what the? I'm like, he did flip. That was the middle finger right there, ladies and gentlemen. Who was number 1? It wasn't him at the time. I'll tell you that. I don't know what he was upset about, but it was funny. He was really,
because he was cussing beforehand too. You could see him mouthing up, but he's throwing his arms around and everything. And he has a really long middle finger.
He kind of did, yeah.
It was pretty long, and he's kind of got a long thumb too. So, but he issued a statement today. Did you get a chance to read the statement?
I did.
Okay, I'm gonna read it for the folks at home who maybe didn't have the time to read it. At the top, it's dated 5/15/20, and then down it says Wednesday night. Should you capitalize the N in night? Wednesday night?
I don't think so.
He typed it himself, and you could tell. Wednesday night, we raced at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in the NASCAR Heat Pro League, and we ended up finishing P8 because of fuel mileage. We ran top 2 the whole race, so the finish was definitely not an indicator of our performance. We ended up clinching the Segment 1 championship to lock myself into the championship race at the end of the season, but was the B was capitalized random. I would like to take the time to sincerely apologize to my team, JTG Doherty Racing, Tad and Jody. Oh boy, Geschichter and Blake Cope, and to Motorsports Games for violating the code of conduct set forth by the eNASCAR Heat Pro League rulebook when I was upset with another driver. I did a lot of reflecting on the situation, and he made a lot. One more. Oh God. And we'll use it as a stepping stone for the future. I was outside of my character for me to let something like this, or it was outside of my character. God damn, I can't read. For me to let something like this happen. And going forward at all times, I will always keep my emotions in check on and off the virtual racetrack. Oh God. Thank you to whoever reads this, and have a great and safe weekend. And then in giant ass letters at the bottom, it's not like a dash or anything. It just says Justin Brooks. Yeah. So there was that. It got 2 retweets, 39 likes. So good. 4 replies, one of which is, "It's a video game, LMAO."
Yeah, it's shit, who gives a damn? I mean,
that was the best part of the whole night, really. I mean, they should be paying the guy.
I mean, there was 200 people watching. There was the chat was like, there was like 6 people in the chat. They were like, ha ha, he flipped off chat, ha ha. Very
Your clip of it actually has the most views of any clip on their channel in the last 7 days, and it
wow.
Let's see where it ranks all time. It only took me about 5 scrolls to get to it.
Huh. Okay.
So all time, it's ranking pretty good. Their highest clip has 986 views.
Oh, what's that? Oh, whoa. What was that?
Spectator mode announced, and they're driving dirt. I think it was I don't know what it was. It says, "Feel free to follow me on here." Oh, they're announcing spectator mode here. But the guy who made the clip said, "Feel free to follow me on here." He put that in the title of the clip.
Oh, wow. Thanks, asshole.
Bitch. Yeah, fuck you.
Did you know that the Pro League guys on NASCAR Heat basically have a different game than everybody else?
I heard something about that, and that seems like a real crock of shit.
Yeah. I don't exactly know what they get different. I know they get a handful of different stuff that actually like works. It's kind of a real slap in the dick, though, when you really think about the whole situation. Like, here is literally everybody else on the poo-poo version of the game, where we're struggling, and I mean struggling, to make content and, you know, try to do stuff with the game, whether good intentions, bad intentions, whatever. We're trying to do stuff with the game. Right. And Jesus Christ, not only the pros get like a different version of the game that actually like works. Well, it's a fun word. I don't know if it totally works, but it works better than what we get. But like, God, man, $200,000 prize fund for the Pro League that gets 200 viewers on Twitch. I'm sorry. What a slap in the dick that is.
Where's that money come from? Is it sponsorship or?
Yeah, I would imagine some of it's sponsorship. I mean, they got a lot of investment in there now with Motorsports Games, and everything they bring. It pisses me off though, because like from Heat Evolution to Heat 2 to Heat 3 to Heat 4, there's been not very much improvement whatsoever. I mean, there has been some, but the game still sucks. The game still sucks, and they're throwing 200, like up until now, they've had like, what, 5 people working on their game? 6, 7, 8. I don't know if it's more than 10. It might not be. It very well may not be more than 10.
They need to hire at least one more. However many they have, they need at least one more.
But like 200,000, you could hire quite a few people with that amount of money. You could do a lot of things with that amount of money. I said it then and I'll say it again. It ain't ready for Pro League. It's not. I'm sorry. I don't care how hard you try and how much important you think it is. Exactly what is happening has already happened, is what we all thought. You bring Pro League and you try to hype all this shit up and try to get people to watch it. oh shit, our game sucks. It looks stupid. It plays stupid. Nobody wants to watch it. Oh, what do you know? What? But hey, at least we got two. The only people that went out of this situation are the drivers. Good on them. Congratulations, you made it to the Pro League. Some of you guys get to race for $30,000. I think the final championship. I don't know how many championships they have, but I think the biggest one pays out like $50,000. I heard. Either way, both console races, 2 a week. The winner gets paid out $2,000, which they flex on that every single chance they get on social media. And second, I think gets paid out $1,500. I don't know about third. Might get a G. I'm not sure, but yeah, good on you drivers. Earn your money. Earn your money.
God almighty, terrible. It's just terrible. That's all there is to it. I'll probably get Heat 5 just to try. Who am I kidding? I probably won't get it. I don't. It comes out the same day as F1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be buying F1.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna get. I mean, I may, but I probably won't.
Yeah. Yeah, assuming I don't burn any bridges, they'll probably send me a copy. So, thanks, NASCAR Heat. I'm just being brutally honest, though. The thing with it, though, is, it's funny because, like, everybody's been pooing on a game. Even all the creators, everybody. Except for the Pro League guys, because if they poo on the game, they will get fired. Like, straight up. That's another reason why I just would never go into the Pro League. I don't know. I'm sure you could probably access it still. I did the qualifiers. I did like the first round, and I spent like an hour or two of my life that I will never get back. I placed like in the top 50, which is, who gives a shit. But I did it, and I read the rule book, and the rule book is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. If you want to read a disgusting rule book, look up the NASCAR Heat 4 Pro League rule book.
Don't you pretty much just sell your soul? Pretty much.
You essentially sell your soul to 704 Motorsports games. It's like from anywhere from like they can just change your username at any point to if you say anything remotely close to bad.
Well, they should use that fucking change your username, because that's one of the biggest turnoffs I see with it, when you try to build brands around people named Mr. Track Bar and fucking XXX McSugar Tits or whatever their fucking names are out there. I don't think McSugar Tits is a real pro driver, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just these stupid ass names.
Yeah,
just go by your real name, for God's sake.
Well, that's the thing. That's what they. That's the thing. I don't know if there's a clear cut way, because that's what they do in the Pro League, and I'm like, I don't even know these like they use their real names on the broadcast, and like obviously I know Justin Brooks because we knew him through iRacing, and then I know a couple of the guys, Diego and Mike from RPM, but like half of the motherfuckers that like came in. Who got drafted this year, because I paid a little bit of attention, like who was fast. I did 1 week of the qualifier, so I raced with some of the fast guys. Again, who gives a shit? But like, so when they got in there, now watching the Pro League, whenever I watch it, I don't know who's who, because they use the real names. They don't really use the usernames, so I don't know.
It's just terrible. Because I went back and watched the one they did at Charlotte, like live, and they bring all these fucking, guys, terrible, dude. You bring these fucking grease balls out on the stage, and half of them want to fucking throw koozies out, another one's pouring water all over himself so you can see his fucking titties through his jersey. Hey, and then they all waddle out there, and and there's like 25 people out there. None of them are cheering, because none of them know who the fuck these people are. They're just bored because there's nothing going on track. It's terrible, man. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, they watched a little bit too much of NBC. Oh brother, I'm not gonna lie, man. NASCAR Heat 4, like on top of like the poo poo game. Oh boy, they cringy when it comes to that stuff. Like all the broadcasts themselves aren't too bad, but when they do those like in person, oh jeez.
Oh, you had those bastards who wore the helmets.
Yeah,
and then they took the helmets off, and you wish they put them back on.
Yeah, they I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I think it was pretty common knowledge, though.
Well, text it to me, and I'll say it. I don't have anything to lose.
No, I mean, there was a there was an incident with the Stewart-Haas guys, the dudes who had to wear the helmet. I
Like
understand.
what? They have warrants?
I think one guy actually did.
Oh my God!
Not Stewart-Haas, but
fucking script this shit, dude. What?
there was somebody who got fired. I was gonna say back with the Justin Brooks thing. I don't want to talk about stuff I don't know about. But
Well, what did we just do for the last hour and a half?
well, we know some things, but not all the details are needed for some of these. Okay, so there was this. I know somebody got fired last season, just dropped. I don't know what he did. I was gonna say because Justin Brooks, I was like, I don't know how they're gonna do with that. He's like probably arguably the fastest guy they got, so like it's gonna be kind of awkward if they can him, which I guess they didn't. Probably a good move there, JTG or Nascar Heat, whoever does that. But yeah, he wouldn't have been the first one. Yeah, I don't know what happened with a lot of that stuff. I don't really. Yeah, but the Stewart-Haas guys, the dude with the helmets, I understand why they wore the helmets because, not gonna lie, they weren't the prettiest human beings I ever seen when they took them helmets off. All right.
Oh God! And then remember last year's finale where like the dude drove it in there a country mile too deep and the cars lagged together, and then nobody knew who won, so they were all just sitting there.
Yeah, I'm getting there. All right, so here's the deal with the Stewart-Haas guys. I don't know which one, but I heard at some point that not once but twice did they self-spin for cautions, or they intentionally caused. There was spin gate, not one but two of them. Now I don't know. I don't think they did anything about it. Well, actually, I'm not sure. I don't even know if both of those two are even still going at Pro League. Yeah, I believe it actually, one of them happened in the championship race. I could be wrong about that, but I'd have to go back. Yeah, so that shit happened. The final race, the dude, Diego was up in there, blew a tire. He was trying to win a race, and then there was just cars lagging everywhere. And the only shot they had was of an onboard shot of like one of the lap cars. And just the Stewart-Haas car warping in to the picture and swooping in and saving the day. And that was, oh, geez, this was like the perfect storm because you had like the spin gate shit that had happened. Again, I don't know if that's totally public knowledge. I think it is because I'm pretty sure you can go back and find it one way or another. I'm not sure if it happened in the championship race. I think it did too. I know I heard it happened twice. Anyways, yeah, that shit happened. This final corner, dude. Nobody really knew how the championship situation, how it worked. I don't think they had a live. I think it was just whoever finished higher, I guess. Anyways, the Stewart-Haas car comes warping into the frame, and they only have, for somehow, some way, they just only have that one camera angle, and that's it. The NASCAR account, Twitter account, tweeted it, and it just got flamed, 100% flamage. That was all they had, just that one camera angle. They literally did not have a single other camera. That was it. And yeah, so on top of the self spinach, they ended up winning the championship, and yeah, it was really awkward. They had some post race interviews. They did Zane back when he was still working for him before he got fired, along with just about everybody else. He got in a quick interview, and then it was like, all right, we're done, and they just like that was the end of the stream. they got the fuck out of there as quick as they possibly could. It was not good. I heard some things didn't go so well the day after. I'm not going to go into details about that, but yeah, it was
Damn.
Yeah, it was as bad as it looked. It was just as bad, if not worse, the day after. So I feel bad that it for some of the people involved, I guess. But yeah, it's that's it, man. It's again, I hope good things happen to the NASCAR franchise, but oh man, I've been around this for too long too long, man. Bad things of just every single year, dude. It's just another roller coaster.
We'll get them next year.
Yeah, we'll get them next year. So NASCAR Heat 5 is coming out on the believe it or not, on the same day as F1. So I am gonna.
That's a plot. They know sales are gonna be low because they're just putting the same game out twice. So they're doing this to just make it look like, oh, we came out on the same day as F1, no big deal. Telling you, that's why they're doing it.
I mean, it's a pretty good theory. I don't know.
I'm telling you, why else? In what world does it make sense to come out on the same day? Not a day before, not a day after, but the same fucking day.
Well, I don't know what goes into releasing a game, or like, I don't know if they got it. I guess they don't have to do it on a certain day. I would assume it's like a. Do you know exactly what day it comes out? Can we find that out?
Talk.
I'm typing it in too.
Oh, so am I.
July 10th, 2020.
July 10th, 2017, 4 games. Yes.
It's a Friday, as a matter of fact. I think you can get it 3 days early, so that puts it on the.
Whoop, you fucking do. Pay twice the price, and you get a picture of Tony Stewart, and fucking 3 days earlier to fucking get sick of the game. So that's the thing. If you pay $100, you get a picture of Tony Stewart, and you'll fucking be done with the game by the time it comes out, because it's gonna be that fucking garbage.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that, but really, I mean, does anybody have any sort of hope? I have hope for Heat 6, and I probably shouldn't. But it's like, yeah, they're just scrambling to get this out and work on the next gen.
If they don't knock it out of the park, and for NASCAR Heat 6, I'm done. Like, they are literally like, it's like they're trying to kick the boozing. They're trying to quit boozing. They're basically like, we'll get them next. I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit tomorrow. I'll quit tomorrow. Yeah, we'll put together a good game next year. We'll get it next year. No, we'll get it next year.
Tomorrow, I promise.
Yeah, tomorrow, I promise. Tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And no, it's yeah. So they yeah. I always try to say, oh, I'm gonna have hope. You don't know until you play it. I am like 98.5% sure that this is going to be another horseshit game. They'll probably, tweak some stuff with career mode, because like, you just don't got to do anything. All you got to do is change some numbers around and some I don't know what goes into coding a game, but you can dick around with career mode, I'm sure, and not put a lot of time and effort into it. But I'm sure, I almost guarantee you, 98.5% guarantee you that the cars will drive the same. They'll respond the same. They'll do a lot. Like, everything will just basically be about the same. I hate to say it, but like, they moved up the release date. Strike number 1. I understand, but like, I said it in a couple videos ago. For people like me who bought NASCAR Heat Evolution, who bought NASCAR Heat 2, NASCAR Heat Evolution I don't think there will ever be a NASCAR, an official licensed NASCAR game that will be released that will be worse than that game. I don't think it is possible whatsoever. Do you think it's possible? I don't think it's possible. Did you play the game?
Which one?
NASCAR Heat Evolution.
Yes, I did play Evolution. I think I skipped 2.
Fair.
No, I skipped 3.
Fair.
Yeah, I skipped 3.
That was.
But I didn't play Evolution long enough, to be honest. Like, all I did was online with you, remember? And I hated it and quit.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
So I don't know. I mean, I played Heat 4, not a good bit, but I tried doing a career mode. And dude, it's just like, it's so, because like, I'll play Thunder on my emulator, and it's like, how in 2004 did they make a game this much better?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, graphics are a little worse, but it's even the graphics, man. It's not like they're not that far behind. To be 20 years difference or 15 years difference, it's like, it's not that bad. Like, I just don't get it. And I get it. whatever 704 or whatever it's called now is a lot smaller than EA. But still, man, come on. There's fucking games on Steam that were made by high schoolers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
that
that's
are
the
way
thing,
better.
though. Everybody would get all excited because basically their entire team of, I still don't have a head count, but let's say 10 people. Though basically those 10 people came from the EA days. Like, all those guys worked on like a lot of the older EA games that everybody loved, like Dirt to Daytona, stuff like that, and then Nascar Thunder 04 and those Thunder games. Like, those guys who put together those games somehow were there for NASCAR Heat. And like, well, I get it. I understand why it probably didn't come out obviously quite as good, because they didn't have, you know, the supporting cast, right? The glue. But some of the stupid shit that still came out of those games, I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, we're at NASCAR. It's 2020. And we're in NASCAR Heat 4, and you can't take left sides only in a career mode race. You can't do it.
Spelling errors.
Like, oh man, the
Or the
22
cringy
N.
fucking. What was the storyline in that one game where it was like you went straight from champ carts or quarter midgets to NASCAR?
Quarter midgets. You went from quarter midgets to NAS trucks. Congratulations, you're the best fucking quarter midget driver ever. Here's a truck series, fried.
And the like I said, the cringy video messages, or fucking Brad Keselowski who could barely read off the cue cards or whatever.
Oh, man. He was the mentor that one year. That was tough. That was like peak NASCAR Heat cringe.
Isn't he like a part owner or something in that?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, I thought Keselowski was like invested in NASCAR Heat somehow.
I mean, he could be. I'm not really sure about that. I know he was a big part of it. He was. Again, here's a quick side story for those of you who might not know. Oh, jeez, this is kind of a sad story too. Oh, jeez, there's just been like, that is just the story of this like NASCAR Heat journey and 704 games. Just like promise and just run into a fucking pole. And that'll make sense here in about 5 minutes. So basically, 704 games started in the NASCAR tower in Charlotte, and they had like a floor where they worked on the game, I guess. And so somewhere around like Heat 3, I think, like around Heat 3-ish, they got a nice place, like an office, just a building, and yeah, that was going to be their new spot, you know, to develop the games. They moved into this new area. So before they did that, they brought in Brad Keselowski, and it was a pretty wide open. It was like it looked like a 1-floor spot. They brought him in, and he did donuts. He did donuts on the floor, which was really fucking cool. And then they were going to do a thing over the floor so the burnouts would always be there. He did donuts, and he hit one of the fucking poles that was in the damn
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, there's a video of it, and they took it down. I don't know if it still exists, but they were hyping it up on the social medias, like Brad Keselowski's doing donuts in their new office. And in one of the videos, he's doing donuts, and he clips one of the fucking poles with his car. Like one of those
NASCAR Heat thing ever.
If you've ever been in like a new house where they're putting in like a basement or something, and they got those like red supporting poles. That's exactly what was in there. And he was just doing donuts, and he just smacked one of them.
I'm glad to see they have their priorities straight. They can't get a game right, and they fucking bring in Brad Keselowski to do donuts in the middle of their office.
but hold on.
And then he almost collapses the building and kills them.
But hold on, the story's not over.
Oh god.
So this building, right? You know, they hyped it up. They did the donuts and everything. So they moved in there, and this was like end of NASCAR Heat 3, end of NASCAR Heat 4. NASCAR Heat 4 was going to be the big game, man. NASCAR Heat Evolution was the worst. It will always be the worst ever NASCAR sanctioned game ever. NASCAR Heat 2 was an all right step up, but it still sucked. NASCAR Heat 3 almost kind of went backwards, but it was still ass. Still not the improvement. So NASCAR Heat 4, everybody was like, this is the year. We've got Keselowski doing burnouts in our new facilities. We've got, they started like a little podcast thing, Zane and the Tire Side Gathering, something or other. They were doing that. They were releasing clips for NASCAR 84. They had all this stuff going on. NASCAR 84 released, and shortly after, everybody got fired and they moved to Miami. So that office is no more. End of story.
I guess they had to repair the damage from Keselowski.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, I think the car had more damage than the pole because the pole ate it, but
that's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
Jesus Christ. But like, really, man, like that's one thing I know, and I've never owned a business, but these big flashy like celebrations, like I get you need morale to be high in the workplace, but why not just, buy everybody a cake or something, order pizza for the day, put some balloons up. Like, why bring in a guy to do donuts in the middle of the office? It just makes zero sense to me. I don't get it.
Well, I mean,
it's cool. Now, if you knock the game, like, let's say they created the greatest racing game ever. Sales were through the roof. People didn't roast them. Then hell yeah, bring in, a NASCAR champion, let him do some donuts in the middle of the office and you can all celebrate and all that. But when all you're known for is making the worst racing game ever.
Yeah.
Why run the risk of... the only thing that would have made it better is if the smoke would have set off the sprinklers.
No.
Well, I guess smoke doesn't set them off, though. That's a common misconception. It's heat that sets them off. But still,
yeah, smart man.
What if that would have been funny? That would have been funny. I had to say that because there would have been that one guy in the comment.
Yeah, head wobbling his way in.
Oh, I know that, but for the sake of the joke, it would have been funny if the sprinklers kicked on.
Yeah, there's just oh man, it's just like I said, the entire there's so many stories like that. Just flopped. That's the entire series has just been an entire flop. So now going back, Heat 6, they moved up the release for Heat 5 so they could get right on. So here's the deal. They gave up basically on NASCAR Heat 4, and this is what pisses me off. I'll say it again. Heat Evolution, Heat 2, Heat 3, all the way to Heat 4 was supposed to be the big game that knocked everybody's socks off. Well, my socks are still firmly on, I'll have you know.
No, I keep mine on too.
Yeah, so they basically everybody got fired, and obviously they're out of the shop now that they're doing it in house in Miami now, and yeah, so they basically just quit on the game. So they stopped doing updates. Well, they did one update because actually the core series. Do you remember that when everybody was bitching because? Man, the stories are just endless with this damn game. They're just endless. They really are. Oh my God, it is unbelievable how stupid these games are. All the way to NASCAR Heat 4, and there's pit collisions. And somehow people are just stupid. They're like, it's realistic. It's fucking stupid is what it is. Because when you drive into pit road, the game takes over for you. So that means you have no control over what happens. So you know what happens then? Cars run into each other, cars get turned around, and there is nothing you can do about it.
Crash.
Yep, nothing you can do about it. So multiple people, got screwed on at like 8 races in a row. He still won the championship, good on him. But it happened to me. I dumped people into pit road, not even driving my car. I got dumped into my pit stall, backwards, sitting there. My car would have to turn around and I'd hit somebody else coming down pit road as I'm turning around. Stupid. So that was like the one update that somehow, some way, they just were like, all right, guys. They got like a team huddle going on. It was like 3 of them. All right, guys, we're gonna show them. We're gonna give them this update, and they fucking they broke the game further. And I think they had to update it a little bit more. I'm not sure exactly. That was about the time when core was over, by the way. And but people were just complaining about it, so they ended up fixing it, I think. But they did break some stuff about it. I remember they messed up the draft once. They accidentally one of the updates turned off the draft, so there was just no draft. That was that's another side story. Yeah, so that all that shit happened, and that was like the one update. But that was really about it. So like hardly any updates to NASCAR Heat 4, and every single year we've got a new DLC. So we would have got 2020 DLC. So we could have messed with that. I always usually mess with that every year. So we didn't get that either. People were pissed because people are stupid. You know why people are stupid?
Why are people stupid? Oh, I thought you I was supposed to interject there.
That's all right. All right. So the you buy the hot pass, and the hot pass gives you all the DLC, but it never gives you the next year DLC because you got to pay. You always got to pay separate for that. But of course, this year we didn't get the next year DLC, so people were mad. Like, what the hell? I paid for the hot pass, and I didn't get the next year DLC. They didn't make it, so this was a waste. Well, you wouldn't have got it anyways, you stupid. Anyways, NASCAR Heat 5. All that shit on NASCAR Heat 4. People pissed. We're still pissed about it. NASCAR Heat 5, they moved up the release date. And I guarantee you it's almost going to be worse this year. 5 years. 5 years. So we're going to have to wait probably till NASCAR Heat 6 before we get anything legitimate out of NASCAR Heat. So
do you think we get something good?
Yes.
You do?
I do. I do. They got a lot of money, and now they got a lot more people. They have a lot of resources. Motorsports Games has a lot of resources. So for NASCAR 86, I do. I do think do I think my socks end up coming off? No.
No.
But they might fold down a little bit. They might.
Yeah.
You never know.
The socks don't have to come completely off for me to be satisfied. As long as they just roll a little bit or something,
I agree with that. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be tight though. I don't think they're going to be tight.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's about enough talking with NASCAR Heat. I could go for another 5 hours about that.
Yeah, I was just kind of letting you go because I know you need to get it out.
We talked about the reasons why I didn't want to start a podcast. Here's one of the reasons why I did want to start a podcast, so I could just talk about things that make me angry.
Well, like netcode, that fucked you. Almost fucked you today in that IndyCar race and iRacing's not immune to problems.
Let's go from one shitty game to another. iRacing.com simulator, simulating fucking 6 inches in between cars and making them explode and die into the wall.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that 6 inches. Because they fucked me a couple of times.
Was it only 6 inches though?
Simulating 6 inches in my ass.
Man, you should have took that line from me. That was a lot better than mine.
Yeah. But really, my problem, iRacing does a good job. I'm definitely not going to be as hard on them as I have been on NASCAR Heat. I think iRacing is esports ready. Like, I think
absolutely.
iRacing could build something great with their esports. I wish the problem is with esports, man. It's hard to, with something like iRacing, where there's a real thing. Like, same thing, like the 2K. Remember when 2K was supposed to be big esports thing, and now it's like I don't even know if they do it.
Oh, dude, 2K esports is so bad. It's so bad. It's exactly like any other any kind of like just sim esports. They find the bullshit, the cheese that works, and they just do it. Like they like, just a side story. Like they promise. So like, for those of you who understand basketball, 2K, there's this thing where you could do where you play 5 out, which means everybody stands outside the 3-point line, and you basically use animations, the game's shitty animations, to just drive by, and that's your offense. And they promised that we're like, this is not going to be the Pro League, the 2K Pro League. Guess what the 2K Pro League was?
Oh, I know.
That's right. 5 out cheese, baby. I don't know what it's like these days, but the game, like watching that stupid shit, man, I couldn't do it because I play 2K in my free time. The game sucks. That's the story for another day, though.
But yeah, what I'm saying, it's hard for esports. Like, it's Madden esports. Last time I heard about Madden esports, hate to say it, was when that guy lost and shot the place up or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, things that are real sports, esports, it's hard to do because you can just go watch the real thing. Something like Fortnite or Call of Duty, like, until we go drop a bunch of people on an island, Hunger Games style, and watch them kill each other, that's going to be big. That's going to be the face of esports, no doubt. Whether you like the game or not, that's how it's going to be. But like I said, when you go to real sports and try to make them esports, it's not going to work, especially because nobody cares about a bunch of nerds playing video games. But I do think iRacing esports can be something big. My problem with iRacing is the iRating system is inflated as fuck now, and it was inflated before the Rona, but now it's even worse, wouldn't you say? I mean, having a 4,000 iRating doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Yeah, I don't see. That's the thing. I don't really pay attention enough. I noticed a lot of people got high ratings, though. I have definitely noticed that.
That's what I'm saying. Like when I go into a race, I don't do much official racing. I don't do much racing in general, but I can go into most leagues. Only league I've ever gone into and struggled to finish in the top 10 was RSR, and that's because most of them were pros or could have been pros or were pros at one point, pretty much, wouldn't you say? Like that was probably the stiffest competition we've ever raced against.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I can go into any league I go into usually and finish top 10, and that's without like practicing or trying hard. And I have a 3,100 I rating. 3,100 I rating a year and a half ago was a solid I rating. That was a really good I rating. Right now, I mean, if you don't have a 4K, you're fucking trash. And even a 4, it's getting closer to 5K to be good.
Yeah, I know. That's why
like,
I was just
ridiculous,
thinking,
man.
When I first got to 6K, which was like, oh my God, like 4 years ago, that was fucking balling.
Yeah.
These days, I mean, it's pretty good, but like a lot of like the good people have just like 7 and 8, and back in those days, that was fucking unheard of. There was like 2 people, 3 people, maybe.
Well, I remember back when I first got on, it was like Majeski was high already, which his is a crock of shit. You put him in anything that's not a late model, and he sucks.
Yeah, that's true.
But then you had like Ray Alfala, Dale Jr. I remember Dale Jr. being one of the higher I ratings. Yeah. He wasn't quite up there with like Majeski and them, but he was on up there. But yeah, like Cozy said, it was Majeski was on up there, Alfala was up there pretty high, and then it was just like 5, 6. Even a 4K could have gotten you in the Pro Series. Like Corey and Lee, I think they were Pro Series drivers back in the day before we were even on iRacing, and their I ratings were nothing. Now, I get it. The more people you get on the service, the higher the numbers are going to go, because I think that's how iRating works. It's based off people. But iRacing, I think, has the worst ranking system out of any game, because, one, they display it all for everyone to see, so it's all just a big dick measuring contest. And 2, it never resets. So, like, most games, like whether it's Fortnite, Rainbow, like we've played, whatever, you can't just get to a rank and be there forever. You can't get to a rank, leave iRacing or leave Rainbow for 5 years and come back and, still be
That's what I've done. I've been 6,000 iRating for 4 years. I got there and I was like, I'm done.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
Like it should not be that way. I don't think, personally. I think there should be 2 systems. There should be like an account age or account level that you build up over time. And then there should be iRating that's done yearly even. And at the beginning of the year, your account level, and however that's decided, whether it's age of the account or races run or wins or whatever, that determines the splits for a set amount of time. And then everybody develops their iRating. And then that's how it's gone for the year. Something like that should be how it should be done nowadays with this many people on iRacing, because the amount of people who have 4, 5, and even close to 6Ks who fucking suck is unreal. Absolutely unreal. That's the end of my rant. It really pisses me off. And I'm not just saying this because I have a shitty I rating. It's just, it pains me to see like the dick measuring contest that is official racing. You know what I mean? Like, it's so different than leagues. And it's a bunch of people who aren't even that good at the top.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the peak driver. All the peak drivers deserve to be there, because there's no way you get in that series. Just like because me and you had to run against a lot of them in the Vargas stuff, and I mean that was really stiff competition.
Oh yeah.
But I'm just talking about your day-to-day people who, especially right now when nobody's at work, they wake up at 10, morning and they official race till they go to bed. And it's just like, if you race that much and you can't match, like run consistent results and boost your iRating, you are fucking stupid. Like there's no way around it. So like it's just such a flawed system. It just rewards people who do it over and over and over.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I hate doing it. I hate doing it because most people, like, there's just a lot of assholes. There really is.
Mm-hmm.
Just being right up front about it. There's just a lot of assholes. There is. And not only are you fighting with the iRating, but you're fighting with your safety rating too. You can go up to A class or you can get demoted. You know, it depends on how many times you get wrecked. And there's a lot of just stupid people out there, especially like when you go to tracks like a Martinsville. Oh, Jesus Christ, stink bug just fucking flew on my monitor. Fuck out of here. Anyways, yeah. I mean, you could get punted like 4 or 5 times in a row at Martinsville and lose I don't know how many 100 iRating and SR and stuff like that.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, no, I guess for some people it's worth it. For me, it's just fucking not, so I don't do it. But is there a better system? Maybe.
They're 100%. And I don't think like my system's flawed. Like I don't, it couldn't just be done exactly like that. But I'd like to see iRating reset or something every so often.
I'll tell you this. It would be really cool to see them really shake up official racing one way or another.
Yeah.
Because like there's been people on there a lot longer than I have, but maybe it'd be a good thing to really like shake it up. You know what I mean? Try to get new people invested. I mean, that's the thing though. I don't think iRacing has any shortages of people running official races, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are probably cool with the system and just don't give a shit. Whatever. But
or like even if they some sort of ranking for each car, even you know what I mean, like somebody like not each car but each style of car, like okay, the NASCAR cars you get this, like instead of just doing oval general, like if people run IndyCar, because like IndyCar, if you go in those races, there's some good drivers but the strength of field is really low compared to a lot of the NASCAR ones, just because I guess the numbers aren't there. You can't build iRating in that side of things like you can in a NASCAR race. I just feel like it's really unbalanced.
No,
see, that's good. That's a good word.
Yeah, very nice, very nice. I agree with you there. I mean, I don't really think iRacing gives a shit anyways, but I think
I really don't at the end of the day, because I'm not gonna official race regardless. Probably it's just a waste of time if you're not trying to go pro. In my opinion, I'd rather find a league or a couple of leagues through the week. But I don't even like doing that anymore. Like I'll run FTF here and there, but I don't even really race. I haven't raced much in the last year.
Yeah, it's true. There's not really a whole lot of incentive to run official unless you just like. Well, it depends though. If you're new, I get it, because like I remember, man, that was the only reason. Like when I first got iRacing, that's all I wanted to do was just run races. But it definitely gets old after a while. It does. Maybe I'm in the minority, but shit, man. I just based off of when I first started to where I'm at now, it's a just total opposite. Like it gets old. Like it's just a fucking number, and I'm not gonna get demoted. Like I can't go any higher unless I go pro, which I'd have to get another 1,000, 2,000 iRating to do that, and the Lord help me if I ever have to do that. But yeah, I mean, if you get burnt out after a while at that point, if you want to go pro, but like, that's really about it. It's really about it.
Terrible. It's terrible. God, it's terrible. Oh God, that made me get sweaty thinking about it. It really did. I hate it.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, we talked about it before, but I'll definitely be happy when everything gets back to normal and everybody kind of leaves iRacing again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like it's been, It's been messy. It's been messy. Not only like member side, but like, it's cool that they added North Wilkesboro, and I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. We got the new legend. Finally some old stock cars coming out, which is like insanely cool. But like the bugs, the thing that, dude, the replay system, and I will die on this hill. iRacing's been around for well over 10 years now. I don't know how many years, but it's over 10.
Yeah.
And they have had a replay system that has worked all the way up until whatever the fuck they did. And
they did that new damage model. Because apparently now it's been like quietly added that you need 16 gigs of RAM to run iRacing.
Huh.
You can do it with less, but you'll experience shit like that. Well, I mean, which is really problematic for me, considering I do broadcasts and I need my quality up, and I only have 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just quietly upped it, which isn't a big. I mean, RAM's pretty cheap now. Well, probably not right now because everybody's probably building computers. But right before the Rona, it kind of going back down. Because remember when Bitcoin mining was big, how price of RAM skyrocketed.
Yeah.
It's kind of come back down to earth. Along with Bitcoin. But yeah, they I don't know the price of Bitcoin right now, but yeah, apparently. So I mean, you've got a supercomputer, so that's not the problem. I know a ton of people, even if you watch the iRace, like the Nascar ones, not necessarily the Pro Series, but like when they were doing that Saturday Night Thunder with the K&N car, when they'd wreck with the guys, it'd start blinking the Monza Madness that ended Kyle Larson's career.
Yeah.
They were blinking that whole stream. So I mean, it's not. That's when I kind of started feeling okay about it, because it's like, okay, if they've got the best stuff, because they.
Yeah.
Cisco's the producer up there, and he's got like a fucking board, like a literal TV production room up there.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off though. Over 10 years. This one feature that just worked fine, and nobody had any issues with it. You break it, which okay, all right, you broke it. What are you gonna do? You're gonna fix it. Guess what hadn't been fixed? The replay system. But it's okay, terrible. It's just a replay system. But no, it's not, because you fucking broadcast the races. Half the time you can't see shit. You're trying to spot for somebody, big wreck happens, people start disappearing. You can't see.
The tits finale?
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm the owner, operator, broadcaster, and other things for the League Tits, Travis's iRacing Tomfoolery series, live on Moonvision Mondays and Fridays. We had a initial season. The league blew up that season, so our final race, we had a ton of people watching. It wasn't, I mean, it's not the most we've had, but it was, at the time, it was a lot. It was over 100 people watching, which was good for me. And iRacing introduced a new damage model that made the cars blink. Well, it had gotten better over the week, so we're like, we're good to go, because we'd run a test race, and it only happened when there were a couple big wrecks. Well, coming out of turn number 4 in our championship race with like 5 guys within 5 points of each other or something, they all wreck, and the entire fucking field blinks out. And I'm like, please, God, just be on my end, because I got all sorts of stuff running. But no, everybody who was in the race, I mean, you were in the race, right?
Yeah, I think I was. I don't really remember, to be honest with you, but I mean, I remember being part of it.
You were pushing Davin. Remember, you and Davin almost passed the wreck, but y'all got clipped.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I remember them saying it all blinked out. So really, only people knew where they finished just because of where they thought they finished. Like, I mean, people were sliding around, people were blinking. I couldn't see anything. Well, the smoke settles, and Max Brady is down in turn number 1, wrecked, and they wrecked off of turn 4. It was a huge fucking wreck. He's sitting there, timing his score, and tells me he won. And I'm like, well, I'm taking their word for it. And he looks like he was the first one across. Next thing I know, I'm getting a message from one guy saying, I won that motherfucker. Another guy saying, I got this spot. And we had to go back after the broadcast, so we couldn't even tell the viewers who the champion was. We had to go back and piece by piece look at skid marks and see which car they matched as the cars blinked out, and piece together a finish and piece together points. And it was a fucking nightmare. But just stuff like that. So it's more than a replay system, because I'm not the only motherfucker broadcasting. I'm not the only motherfucker who has to decide finishing order for leagues. I mean, there's plenty of things, you know what I mean? And just wanting to look at your replay. Like, is it that fucking hard? How many times have there been cool wrecks and like rod car and stuff where we couldn't go back and see what happened?
Yeah.
Because the replay's blanked out. Terrible.
It's stupid shit like that, man. I just can't stand, like, if you're gonna break something, fix the damn thing, because it's so annoying, and especially the just everybody knows iRacing for being so damn good, or at least people talk it up so damn good, especially as of late. Fix your damn replay system. It sucks. It's broken. It is absolutely broken. And the net code's been so bad lately.
Netcode's always been bad, but it's been worse.
Yeah.
Yes,
It always seems to flare up around new builds, which I kind of understand, but this has been consistently bad. Like, consistently bad lately. But that's, who the fuck knows. But, yeah, that's really about that. I mean, once again, I'll be glad when everything gets back to normal. iRacing starts, putting more back their focus into, the shit that doesn't work, the shit that's broken, instead of doing artwork upgrades for pro invitational races that nobody gives a shit about. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I mean, what else are you gonna watch, right? Like, shit.
Hey, the North Wilkesboro one was the lowest rated one out of them all. After that fucking saved the Speedway account, so it'd be the highest rated. It only had, I say only, 600,000 people's a lot, but compared to 1.2 million and 1.4 million or whatever the others were getting, it was
So like,
kind of a flop.
So like, do people meme that account? Is that like a thing?
I do, but I don't think a lot of people agree with the dumbass. Here's my take on. I'm not hating on North Wilkesboro. Would it be cool to bring it back? Hell yes. I'm all for more short tracks. I live in Georgia. If getting Atlanta off the schedule had to happen to get another short track on, I'd be open to it. I'd prefer other mile and a halves to lose it because I think Atlanta is one of the best. At least to attend in person. On TV, it can get kind of boring. But why would somebody invest millions of dollars in a rotting track when there are plenty of short tracks that are open around the country that are selling out every Saturday night for a bunch of irrelevant people to race? You know what I mean? If you brought NASCAR, it'd only get bigger.
IRP,
yeah, places like that. There's fucking
Myrtle
Slinger
Beach.
Speedway, Myrtle Beach.
Closing.
It's closing now.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
There was a big rumor that trucks were going to race there in next year or two.
Oh, man.
Five Flags, all these places, New Smyrna, all these places. Look what happened with Rockingham. Remember when they opened Rockingham back up?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be huge. Let's bring the trucks here. Nobody fucking showed up.
Yeah, everybody was
gone in
like,
2
"Bring
years.
back Rockingham. We'll go to the track and watch the races."
Now they hold concerts there.
Yep, they brought it back. Nobody went. You fucking
It's-
assholes.
As if I had $1 million, or it'd take probably more than $1 million. If I was a millionaire and somebody came to me, reopen North Wilkesboro, I'd look at Rockingham and I'd laugh in their face because there's no way. It's such a risk, especially when you've got plenty of short tracks, all around the country that they could just go to. It doesn't make any sense to me why somebody thinks that reopening the track is a good idea.
You think we could email old Jeff Bezos and see if we can borrow like some money, because like he doesn't need it, and just bring back North Wilkesboro. Like, here's your money, bring it back. All right.
Maybe. Well, didn't his wife take a lot of his money though when she left him?
I mean, I'm sure she probably did, but like, what did that fucking do?
Well, a lot of his money's in stocks though too. He looks like he has a lot more money than he does. I think.
Well,
But either way,
isn't he gonna become a trillionaire, the first ever?
I think on paper, but I don't know if he's as rich as everybody thinks. But either way, regardless, why waste your money when you could just go to any other short track in the world? Because
No, I completely agree.
like even Bowman Gray, like a lot of people think that's a crazy idea, and I don't think it would be that great. But if we're gonna go to old retro tracks, go to one that's open. Bowman Gray, it's the oldest track in NASCAR, ain't it? Isn't it one of the first?
Yeah,
over there?
Yeah, something like that. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. There is plenty, like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm sure there's a lot of shit that goes into it, and but like, NASCAR went to IRP. They can go back. No,
Yeah,
I
easy.
mean, nobody fucking watches the Xfinity Series anyways, and I guarantee you could pack the same exact field that goes to the 250 Brickyard race that the Xfinity Series has there. I guarantee you could pack that same field in the grandstands at IRP.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
stupid.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of the arguments too I hear is that the short tracks don't have the facilities to handle a cup race, but like, dude, they could make it happen easy. They could make it. It would be an inconvenience for locals, probably. But like, even look at Martinsville. Martinsville's kind of a clusterfuck, but they make it happen. And it's a little bigger than a lot of these short tracks, but still, they could make it happen. Set fans up on the hills and stuff around there. You know, you don't need grandstands. Just fucking do it like they did in the old days. Cut down on like practice and qualifying. That's one good thing that's going to come out of this whole Rona thing is I think that we'll see a big overhaul in like the format of NASCAR after this. I think we'll see shorter races, less practice, less qualifying, or not less qualifying, but maybe same day qualifying. You know what I mean?
Bold
Quicker shows.
predictions. Yeah, no, I agree.
I like that.
They definitely could use a cut down on practice.
Yeah, for sure.
They
They make it more exciting. I mean, they already
Yeah.
they practically practice at the shop now with the the bounce you like a son of a bitch simulator, and then the big simulator, and then the wind tunnel. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they pretty much have practiced when they get there. So give them
Yeah.
the day they get there, give them an hour. Next day, fucking race day. Let's qualify.
Especially some
then-
of the big teams who have been going to
Yeah.
the same fucking track with the same fucking cars every fucking year. All they do is make a couple of tweaks to just really feel it in. Like they don't like. No wonder there's such a big discrepancy between some of the top team and some, like the Starcoms back there. Like they don't need all that fucking practice. Starcom might, but Jesus Christ, man! Like they already got them cars exactly where they need them to be.
And if they could just do that, cut down on all that, they could fill a lot of that other space, turn racing back into an event. You know what I mean? Have fucking concerts, festivals, whatever you want to call it, going on all around the track. And then just devote Sunday really to the racing. Or Saturday, and then if you have Xfinity and trucks there, do a doubleheader on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that'd be fucking awesome. Shorter races, more shit to do outside the track, and then quick stuff on the track. Not quick. I mean, I'm not talking 20 lap races, but still, pack it all in, and keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, Pocono's been pretty good. A couple times I've been there, like they've done a lot of Fan Fest stuff, and but it hasn't been like that that crazy. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
no, I completely agree with you. I completely agree. That's something NASCAR needs a lot. I think is to really, hell, even I couldn't go for whatever reason. Dover had they had their 50th anniversary, and their last race they did in the fall, or was it the spring? I'm not sure. Well, one of the races they did, they fucking went overboard. They had midget wrestling, and that was the only reason why I wanted to go, and I couldn't go for some reason. I was pissed. But they had a lot of shit going on, and that was one events they had was midget wrestling, and I wanted to see that shit so bad.
See, I'm torn because it was coming to town. I almost would feel bad going. But like the midgets sign up, I guess
Well, yeah, I mean, why the fuck are they there? They're there for you to be there.
Yeah, I know, but like, is it bad to laugh at them?
Well, I mean, maybe a little bit, but like,
but why else would you go to midget wrestling?
I don't know, see some wrestling. Just like
I know,
small.
but like you could you can go see a lot of underfunded wrestling promotions around the Southeast. Midget wrestling. I mean, it's got to be funny, right?
Fair point.
I mean, they had one called the Little Show, for Christ's sake. Instead of the Big Show, they had the Little Show.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess you can laugh at them. I don't know, maybe, but that's what I'm saying, man. Have concerts, midget wrestling.
Do they fight in a smaller ring?
I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure they do, and they have the small chairs and the small table. It's fucking funny.
Do they have like midget like coaches too?
Coaches. Oh, like the referee?
Yeah, too.
Oh yeah, the referee's a midget, and then the I think, I mean, I don't know.
I have to investigate. I gotta go.
I
To
think
one sometime.
their goal was to have like midget everybody, but they came up a little short. Anyway, concerts, freestyle motocross, whatever you want to do, you know, just have all that stuff going on. Because I mean, I don't know. That year we went to Martinsville. I don't know if it was a two-day show or not, but I remember they did that fan fest that one night, and that was really fun to go to.
Yeah, that was cool. They Monster used to do the whatever they called them, the shows, you know.
Yeah, with the motorcycles and the trucks, and they bailed. Monster realized that they weren't saving NASCAR. I think they thought they were gonna make NASCAR Supercross, which I think they could if NASCAR would get their heads out of their asses. Like, NASCAR needs to be an event. It's not about racing anymore. You know what I mean? If you want to see racing, you can just watch it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna motivate me to go, I need to be getting something incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's a lot of layers, like you say. It's an onion. It's got a lot of layers to making the whole thing successful. But in both ways, people at the track and people at home. Starts with a not a cringy broadcast, NBC, and then
good on track product.
Yeah, good on track product, and then other stuff that's gonna like really seal the deal. You booking a trip to your favorite track or whatever, because like sometimes that on track product just doesn't fucking do it. It doesn't. That's why
we've even been to Martinsville races that they weren't bad, but they weren't anything to really
they weren't good either.
Great to get excited over. But Martinsville does a pretty good job, and I think it's just because it's so small, you see everything, even outside the track.
You don't get that a lot of places, especially for the Cup Series.
The atmosphere is just great, so it's like I never leave disappointed. Even if if they ran 500 laps green, nobody touched each other, nothing, no passes, I'd still probably leave satisfied because the weekend was fun. It was worth the drive up there to have a weekend and hang out.
But not a lot of people are like that, though. Like, not as like
that's true.
Not as I don't want to say hardcore, but not as like race fans. You know what I mean?
That's why you need fucking concerts and jumping trucks and bikes.
Yeah, you got to bring outside people in, and then you hook them with the good on track product. Be like, man, this is pretty fucking badass.
Like the Indy 500 with that rave in the infield or whatever.
Oh, it's like snake pit.
There's thousands of people there who don't even know there's a fucking race going on because they're off every sort of drug known to man. But do something like that in NASCAR. Bring people in, make it a fucking party. You know what I mean?
That's my favorite part because like every May, oh man, that's the chat for no May fun this year, but that's my favorite part every year because it always fucking rains really bad every year, one way or another, one day. So by the time the 500 comes and the snake pit happens, at the end of when you're leaving the track, you can always tell who was in the snake pit and who wasn't, because all those motherfuckers covered in mud, like from head to toe. That was some wild motherfuckers down there, man. And it's even cool because we always sit usually like in the turn 2 area. It's like when the cars come by and then you got that like brief like couple of seconds where there's just you can hear the echo of them. You can see the snake pit. You can't really see it, but you can hear it. Just you can kind of feel it a little bit. You can every once in a while they shoot off like flames and shit. It's fucking cool, man. It's fucking cool. They do it right, man. And they got the carb night shit. They not only do they got races galore, but of course this is the Indy 500. It's on a whole nother level, anyways. Oh, yeah. But they got concerts and shit left and right, and it's a big fucking deal. They do it right. That's for damn sure.
I just feel like if I owned a track and I knew NASCAR was coming, I would go all out to bring every type of person locally to the track. Not even necessarily for the racing, you know what I mean? But like you line up the fucking weekend with a bunch of music and some cool stunt shows and whatever you can do, planes flying over, whatever. Maybe the people or a festival of some sort, maybe these people will be like, oh, there's a race, maybe I should give it a shot, and buy a ticket. They're already there. That would be my thinking behind it. I wouldn't just base the whole weekend off betting on everybody that loves racing is just going to show up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all about the experience, man. And it's not like the racing, just like it's a big part of it, but it's not all of it. It is not all of it.
Well, yeah, if it was just the racing, like I said, I'd watch on TV. I don't go to a race just to watch a race. Because like I said, I could see everything if I watched it on TV. Well, not everything, but I could see probably most things a lot better if I watched it on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, half the time we go, I'll fall asleep at Martinsville. And it's not because I'm bored. It's just because I'm fucking worn out from all the other shit we've been doing.
No, it's definitely true. Yeah, I mean, I don't usually fall asleep, but I have fallen asleep at a track before.
Yeah.
You fall asleep every year. It's like a tradition now. Like lap 150. It's a
that's what, man,
get a quick nappy in.
The races are too long. I don't care what anybody says. Martinsville, like I agree. Daytona 500 be 500 miles. Coke 600 be 600. Darlington keep some of the races, but like Martinsville, let's cut to the fucking chase. Talladega, let's cut to the fucking chase. My God.
Talladega, I'll agree with you, especially now because everybody knows what's going to happen in the last 10 laps.
They ride around all day and
just
then
to eat
with
shit.
Fucking 10 to go, somebody almost dies, and then we just thank God we got out of there with somebody dying. Without somebody dying. God, without somebody dying.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I see, if I'm gonna pay to go to a race, I'm sitting there all fucking day. I'm cool with it. I know you don't like to, but 500 laps. Yeah, I wouldn't go over 500 laps, but 500 laps is cool with me. I'll sit there all damn day. I got a small bladder though, so that's like I'm already like borderline pissing myself right at the end, because I don't like I hate leaving and missing the race. But no, I agree with you. And they've been pretty good with it, with knocking like. Luckily, we don't have any 500-mile Pocono races anymore. Throwback, only OGs remember those.
God almighty.
Yeah, 2 of them a year too. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, I agree with you. Most of them could use a cutback, except for like the obviously Southern 500, 600.
I can tolerate 500 laps at Martinsville. It's just, but God, man, like really, 350, 300. I feel like would do it. I'd do the trick.
No, I agree with you in that sense. But again, if I'm watching on TV, yeah. But if I'm there, I want it all. But it's the same way with Talladega. Everybody knows what's going to happen in the last 50 laps. Probably we're going to get a caution. Somebody's going to get punted. Somebody's probably going to wreck. Somebody will probably get a little upset, maybe a little bit extra upset. It's the same shit. Just let's get to it.
Yeah, and I feel this way because. Like back in the day, the races were long because it wasn't just a test of the drivers, it was a test of the equipment. But now, even on like the shitty teams, you don't see cars just braking left and right. You know what I mean? Like, every once in a while a part will fail or a motor will blow. But it's like back in the day, 500 miles was a challenge.
No,
you know
you're
what
totally
I mean? Like,
right
people
about
were
that.
dropping out left and right.
Yeah.
Fucking shit was breaking. That's why, like, I don't completely discredit, like, Petty, like a lot of people do. People are like, well, Kyle Busch or, Dale Earnhardt and all them people were better. I think they were all different for different reasons. Back in the day, Petty was a tough bastard. Like, just fucking brushing the wall back then was dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me tell you something. It didn't like any racing whatsoever. Back in those days, dude, you had to have some fucking stones.
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, and cars were braking a lot more. So, even though, he ran a ton more races and his competition wasn't as fierce, winning 200 fucking races, just living to race 200 races is an accomplishment back then. But winning 200 of them, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no,
I think.
Yeah, no, dude, I can't. If there's one thing I cannot stand, it's just like any kind of politics. Everybody's like, all right, here's what I think. All right, here's what I think. We argue about it. Nobody comes to a conclusion. Everybody leaves upset. Fuck off. It's not worth the debate. Respect it or fuck off.
That's
right?
it's just like, how can you sit there with a guy who, like I said, lived to win 200 races?
Yeah.
But fucking crashed as bad as he did several times.
He was in that crash at Darlington, right? Where his fucking arm came out the damn window
he was
while he's flipping?
He was, apparently he used to bite a rag while he raced. Well, the rags started flying out of the cars and stuff, so it looked like he was coming apart. He did an interview. He said the camera cut off of me because they thought I was coming apart in there. But really, man, like, imagine in a fucking car like that hitting a concrete wall, breaking it, and almost flying out the window, and then you fucking live to tell about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fucking badass, man. I don't care. Winning 200 NASCAR races, regardless of the era, that's pretty cool. Is he the greatest of all time? I don't fucking know. I don't think anybody knows. Really, because at the end of the day, that's just up to whatever you want to say it is. Are you talking statistically, talent-wise? For all we know, fucking Josh Wise could have been the best driver ever. Just never got the chance. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just enjoy the racing. I'd rather just put people in groups. You know what I mean? Petty, Earnhardt, Johnson, Gordon, Stewart, Kyle Busch, like Pearson, all those guys. You know what I mean? Like, they're the greats in my mind. I'm not going to say one of them's better than any of the others.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, we all love NASCAR. Let's just all respect it. You know what I mean? Obviously, some were better than others, but at the end of the day, who gives a shit? It was always cool. It'll still be cool. But there's I'm looking at this recording time, and there's a lot of numbers on it. So I think we should probably
we should probably do our picks then.
Yeah, we should.
I told you we'd fucking ramble.
Yeah, well, hopefully we save a little bit for it every week, and this I don't know if I want to drop this big of a unit for the first one, but hopefully people listen to it, and if not, well, then that sucks. So on to the picks. Hopefully you got the starting lineup. Jesus Christ, I haven't looked over here in a minute.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do, chat. Okay, we're not live, but here's what we're gonna do, comments, and you can do this along with us. Hopefully we'll drop these like Sunday morning, so you can drop your Cup Series pick. And we don't really have any Xfinity or truck stuff going on. I guess we're gonna have an Xfinity race this week. We don't have any entry lists or anything, so fuck that. We'll just do Cup. I guess we got to pick twice as well for Sunday and Wednesday. So we're gonna pick one pick to win the race, one pick to finish last in the race. You're up for Sunday.
All right, Sunday I am picking Denny Hamlin to win the race, and to finish last, I am picking Reed Sorensen.
All right. For Sunday, I'm picking Kyle Busch to win, and I am picking John Hunter Nemechek to finish last.
All right. For Wednesday, I am picking who am I picking?
Oh, keep in mind there will be an invert for Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm picking Joey Logano.
Okay.
And no. I take that back. I am picking Kevin Harvick to win Wednesday, and I am picking Daniel Suarez to finish last because of a mechanical failure.
I like it. All right, for Wednesday, I'm going to take Martin Truex to win, and I'm going to take Timmy Hill for last car. There it is. Sunday and Wednesday. Sunday afternoon, Wednesday night. Do we got anything else? I think that's really about it. If not, we'll hit it up in the next one. Next Sunday, I guess. Whenever. Wow, all right, so this is good. Yeah, we're about 2.5 hours. Nice. I like it.
Damn.
Yeah, we were on. It is 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I've got to this late and have not had as many strokes as I've well,
there's one.
All right, we better wrap this one up before I start smelling toast. Any final words?
Isn't it burnt toast? No, I'm happy to be here. Hell yeah, NASCAR's back.
All right, well, thanks. This is our first episode. Hopefully it's not our last. Hopefully y'all like it and enjoy the podcast. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go. But something that I think this will stick. I had a great time, and this is thought about it for a while, and I think it's a good time to do it. And I think this will become a nice little thing. I think so. So there it is. For both of us, thank you for listening. I guess we're going to try to get this up on other platforms if you want to listen to it on Spotify or whatever else. I don't know what the hell you listen to podcasts on. But we'll work on that too. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week on the Gas Holes podcast. All right. I think that was good.
Well, yeah, brother.